right now, please allow me to introduce a good friend of mine and very good, humble person known KB Core. So, Sonny Kanjia, if you would please, sir. Hi, brother. How are you? Thank you, sir, for your time.
Yeah, no, thank you for the market segment, which is equally more important. I'm gonna move some cables around here to get my presentation back up over here. Yep.
And then you need to set up your Zoom, right?
All right, guys, this will be the KV Core 101 portion of the presentation by Sonny Kanjia, and he'll be getting started here shortly. And Sonny, take it away, brother.
All right, thank you, sir. So, hey guys, so my name is Sonny Kanjia. I personally joined the XP about 3 months ago. I've been following Jason and Marta for time. They came from JP Associates, where I was at as well. I've known them for about 2.5 years, almost 3 years now. And I've watched the XP grow tremendously in the last 2.5, 3 years. But I finally decided to make a move about 3 months ago. More business, as you guys know, whoever's joined here. Who all is with the XP here? Okay. There's only a couple that are not. We know why we joined the city. Right? There are a lot of benefits compared to the other brokerage firm that we were with before. And so that was really one of the more enticing things for me to come into Realty with the XP. The other thing I've been teaching at JPR, classes similar to this one. So this particular class is 84 101. 84 is included with the XP for you guys. We pay for that. It's part of our technology. But a lot of folks tend to use Boomtown or some of the CRM. So what? So with Cape Core being included in the technology fee, why not use it? The problem is people tend to not know where to start. They don't know what Cape Core CRM platform is. How do you begin? What can it do for you? How can you improvise it? How can you make it better for your leads and your clients, right? That's what I recommend. So I will be teaching KV Core 101, which is this class. It's the basic. The basic class is, hey, I don't know anything about KV Core, but I have it. I can log into it. So I did send instructions on how to log in to your Core platform, how to download the modules as well, the Chrome browser as well. So if you guys have everything set up, all my classes that I'm going to be teaching, whether it's this one or the one next month or the one after that, 101, 102, 103, all of my classes are hands-on. So I require a Wi-Fi. I require an internet connection where you guys can follow along and do it, right? Once we get to the mid-level, which is intermediary, you're going to learn how to create ads. And it's critical that you're following click where I click, type where I'm typing. You can replace the cities that I'm doing the ads on with your cities, right? They don't necessarily have to be my cities, right? So the ad structure can change based on what you type in, but it's a hands-on class. So 101, which is this one, this is basic. I'm going to show you how to set up your KV Core account. Literally from ground up, how to do your own branding in terms of buying a domain, tying it in with the KV Core account with the XP Realty. I'm going to show you how to do your website design all the way down and wide. So what that means is that your KV Core now is going to be completely set up with the XP. Okay? That's my primary tool. I don't have any CRMs. It's what works for me. If you set it up correctly, it'll work for you. You don't want to come to a class 103 that's advanced. You don't want to come to a class 102 that is intermediate if you haven't learned the core of basics of 101 of how to set up your account. So that's what this class is all about. Trent is online with us. Trent Laurent, some of you guys know him, some of you guys may not. But we're recording this session for Adam Bailey's group and even above. Just talked to Brad Anderson as well. So these classes, if you get fallen behind in the class, then it's okay. Okay, you can always go back and watch the video and catch up on your own time. So as far as questions, I'm going to request to hold the questions until the end of the class. So that's going to just drag our timing down to answer the questions and go back and forth. Whether it's a network issue or whether if you don't have a plugin that's set up, that's in the prerequisite and all that, that's going to really just slow down the class. We don't want to do that. So obviously, EXP Realty, KV Core, our subject today is not going to be how to generate leads with Facebook. That's going to be the advanced class. I'm going to show you how to generate 200-300 leads a month, maybe 800 leads a month. It depends on your budget and how much you want to spend. Okay. I'm currently generating roughly about 1,000 leads a month. So, only by using KV Core, Craigslist, and Facebook ads. Okay. Just listed, just reduced, just sold, open houses, every ad that we can think of, right? And with the right targeting. Targeting is the key, which I'll get into that with the advanced courses with you guys. So again, this is KV Core 101. Again, it's also for leads. How many of you guys are using KV Core currently? 2, 3. Sorry? I
said I'm trying.
You're trying, you're new, that's why you're here. So 3 that are actively using and you're trying. So this is a stepping stone for you to go to the next class and the advanced class as well. So what we're going to do today is hands-on. So I have noticed for some of the folks that don't have a computer in front of them, and it's okay, you don't have to do it hands-on right now. KV Core is free again. You got to go and request the KV Core account in Enterprise. If you don't already have it created for you, it takes roughly about 5 to 7 business days for them to set that up for you. Okay, and then they'll send you an email with a temporary password. Once you log in, this is where you're going to start. So if you're not doing it on your computer right now, make some notes or go back and watch this video again as to how to set up your KV Core. This is going to be the stepping stone of the rest of your KV Core accounts. Okay? I'm going to show you everything I do. And that starts from here. If you go from here and you come to my next class, but you don't do this, it's not going to matter. You're going to miss a big important step in between, which is your profile, your website, your connection with your clients. So a little bit about me. Been in the IT industry for about 28 years, a little over 28, software, hardware, systems engineering, degrees in 3 fields there. I'm also certified with engineer with Microsoft, messaging engineer, Cisco certified engineer as well. I work with Fortune 500 companies, healthcare organization, auto industry, government. So we'll go to government. So I used to teach classes, and I still continue to work with them as well. With the government, I teach Microsoft and Cisco classes to 3 of our biggest bases, if you will, here in the United States. It's the NASGRB here, right here in Fort Worth, Barksdale in Louisiana, and Whiteman Air Force down in Missouri. For pilots that are coming in or pilots that are getting ready to be deployed. And it's strictly just technology from a driving perspective. So a little bit of background for me. So a couple of nuggets I'm going to drop on you guys before I get started with the actual class. Direction is more important than speed. If you have no direction, speed doesn't matter. You're not getting anywhere. You have to have a direction. The direction is you got to learn something that you want to learn that is successful. And this tool is successful. I've proven it over and over many times for many agents. Okay. Lead generation is not the problem. The problem comes in is that what are you going to do with the lead? Today you're generating 5 leads a month. Tomorrow you're going to generate 200 leads a month. What are you going to do with that? Do you have a plan? How are you calling 200 people every 2 days? And I have a model, which I'll introduce on the next segment, is CTE. CTE for me is call, text, email. Call, text, email every 2 days. So it's 3 by 2. Call, text, email every 2 days. Don't fail on that. You're going to lose some clients. Call, text, email every 2 days. That's 3 by 2. Zig Ziglar is somebody that I've followed all my life, is one of my favorites. And is one of his quotes that I'm gonna put up here, lack of direction, not lack of time, is the problem. So we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Well, was the last one on there?
No, it's been blue for a while.
It's been blue the whole time and you're the only one that's mentioned anything?
I thought you were.
Yeah, that's the introduction. When you said a quote up there, I was like, oh, maybe something's good.
No, you were just preaching, homie.
We're worried about
No, Trent, I'm online with Trent. This is a problem here with the network.
Yeah, we're looking good on this end. I've got your screen share right now. I'm looking at the direction is more important than speed slide.
Yeah, so you're seeing all my slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nobody here is seeing any slides. And I'm on my HDMI plugged into my. Yeah, so we'll publish the recording link later, but let's get this thing over with. So, all right, so this is exactly where we left off at. Again, I apologize for the little delay and technology over here. But I'm gonna kind of go through in a little bit faster pace, but at the same time, it's gonna be recorded. So you can always go back, watch it, pause it, rewind it, and replay it, okay? Just like the old VCR, okay? Just for the time's sake for us. So what we're gonna cover today is basic class, but if you guys are starting out with KV Core, haven't really used it before, or maybe have used it but have not set it up properly, that's where this plugs into, is you wanna get your account set up properly. That's really the stepping stone of the intermediate and the advanced classes. So we're gonna learn how to do, we're gonna post from KV Core to Craigslist, okay? And we're talking about listings. When we post from KV Core to Craigslist, anytime you guys do that in KV Core, and I'll show you this, make sure you only post EXP listings and not any other agencies, okay? Because that is against the rules and regulations. If you are to post something from another agency, from KV Core to your Craigslist, then if it's somebody else's listing, make sure you have a written permission and not a verbal permission. And if it's just a text that they've approved it, that's good enough. Just save the text, okay? Again, this just goes back to the legal stuff from Trek. We're gonna learn how to add a new lead into KV Core. We're gonna learn how to properly set up a new lead. Just by adding a lead to KV Core does not mean that they're gonna start getting information from KV Core that's posted. It's just one number that just sits there, okay? So it is key to set a new lead up properly with alerts. Alerts are the key. Alerts are the key. They're hands off. You don't have to do anything once you set up their alert, but you have to know their criteria. If you don't know their criteria, you have to look at their source, and I'll show you how to do that. We're gonna learn how to send them an email and a text as soon as you set them up in your KV Core right away, as soon as you set up a new lead in KV Core. So if you have a sphere, if you have a prospect, if you have a new lead that you met somebody at, coffee shop or at the doctor's office, doesn't matter. I want you to put all your new leads in KV Core and let KV Core do the work for you. You don't have to do anything. You just got to do one thing. The only thing you gotta do is for every client that you put into KV Core, whether they're repeat clients or existing clients or a new client, is to set them up properly and let KV Core do the rest of the stuff, okay? Alerts is what we're gonna learn today. My next class, 102, is going to cover a little bit about landing pages and squeeze pages to generate leads, okay? A little bit more advanced. So again, like I said, it's a stepping stone. We're gonna learn today how to navigate your KV Core dashboard, where, what is, and how do you make sense of it, right? Boomtown is a different system. Every CRM is a different system. This has a lot of different areas that you can plug into. Literally, first thing I log into in the morning is KV Core. I see the activity of my clients, what's happening, what they're looking at, what homes they're looking at, when did they look at them, did they favorite the property? All these kind of blends in together. okay? So it sets up my day to call these guys. I don't call them and say, hey, I saw that you looked at 18 properties, all in Dallas, all under $300,000, 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. You don't want to do that because you're deterring somebody, right? Your approach should be, you want to be a real estate agent and say, hey, maybe you were on my website and you were looking at some homes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And got your information that you probably registered on my website. Let them talk to you. You already have the summary. KV Core will give you a full summary. When they logged in, how many homes they looked at, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what the price point is, which is an average combined of all the homes that they looked at. So we're gonna cover that. We're gonna cover how to set up your agent profile. That's really the key of this class. One-on-one class key is how to set up your personal KV Core profile that's tied in with eXp Realty, okay? We're gonna cover how to get your domain. How many of you guys have domain names? 1, 2, 3, I know Christy does, 4, 5, I know Jason, I'm gonna do as well, 6.
Like I have an account?
They're like a domain, like your personal business domain name, not a Facebook account, not a Facebook business page, but your own personal domain, right? So mine is sonnyKrealty.com.
Okay, yeah.
You have a personal domain?
Yes.
Okay, so where is that domain going to currently?
Where's it going to?
Yeah, if I were to log into your personal domain right now, where is it gonna take me to?
The website.
A website?
Yeah.
It's your personal website?
Yeah.
Not tied into it with KV Core?
It is.
It is tied into KV Core. So you're doing the forwarding?
Yes.
Okay, so is that with GoDaddy?
No. I'm confused because I'm new, but
That's fine.
yeah, when you go into a website, I get to see that they got in, and if they register, I get to register.
So you get to see their information that they registered.
Yeah.
So what is your domain name?
Joseph.rodriguez@exprealty.com.
Yeah, so that is your KV Core account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That is not your personal domain. Your personal domain is your own branding. So your personal domain is your own branding. So my personal domain is sonnyKrealty.com, right? So I do forwarding from GoDaddy from there to my EXP account. And I have other ones. I have FlowerMountainRealty.com. I have DallasTeamRealty.com. You can create as many as you want. You just got to pay, GoDaddy or any other hosting company for that. But you can route each one of them directly to your KV Core site. So you're generating more leads, more traffic, right? So we're going to cover how to set up your KV Core website as well within your domain, if you will. And then we're going to cover how to do a lead import, lead import is critical. If you have leads, whether it's 500 or 1,000 or 5,000, whether it's Boomtown, whether it's any other CRM that you're currently using, you can always do with these CRMs an export of your leads. When you do an export of your lead, the format is going to be different than what KV Core format needs to be. So, but there's a workaround on that. I work with KV Core senior executives very closely, have been for about 3 years now. I'm a major player in their technology platform. We went from conversion to KV Core, and of course I'm doing the KV Core classes now. I was also doing conversion classes back then. So your lead import is going to be a key. The reason being is that when you do a lead import and export from the old system, import it to your new KV Core system, you want to make sure that you're shutting off your old system, because you don't want to have 2 emails, 2 text messages, 2 of everything going out from 2 different systems to your clients. They're going to question you. Hey, I've been getting this for a while. Now I'm getting this. What is this? Instead, you can do a group text, which everybody will get their individual message, and just say, hey, I am on a new platform, new system. Here's the link. I got you on my new system. And I already set you up on alerts based on what you're looking for, your criteria of the homes and the areas, the bedrooms, the price point, all that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up, because you're going to start getting these emails. Set them up. Don't blindside them, okay? So first thing we're going to cover is how to post from KV Core to Craigslist. Guys, I'm telling you, this thing works, and it works, and it works. But you have to be diligent. You have to pay attention to it. You got to be consistent to do it. You can't do it one day out of a week and say, well, I posted it last week and it didn't work. Do it daily. posted listings from EXP listings from KV Core, okay, to Craigslist. KV Core to Craigslist. This thing is free. If you guys follow the instructions that Trent sent out, I have instructions in there on how to use Chrome browser and how to put in a plugin, KV Core plugin, which is, that's what you're going to need for an auto poster. And I'll show you how to do that. So these are some of my leads from my postings on KV Core, okay? These are guys that text me by my name, and only thing I have is their phone number. I don't have their name. I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know what their price point is. I don't know what their location is, what they're searching. My responsibility is to call them right away and say, hey, this is Sonny, I'm with DXP. You probably clicked on one of my Craigslist ads. I'm not sure which one, but I got your information from my account, my KV Core site. How can I help you? What are you looking for? What area? You just got to open the door up, right? That's it. And that's all this is right here. So it works. It works as long as you're consistent with it. Like I said, don't give up. Here's the other thing I'm going to tell you. I post, or at least try to, depending on my schedule, 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. The reason being, 8 o'clock in the morning, the manager's not there at work. People are sitting in their cubicle. If they're truly looking for a home, people are looking for a home on Craigslist. Believe me, they are. And investors. I see time after time after time. You just look it up yourself. Try to search a house on Craigslist. I'm looking for a house in Frisco, this price point, blah, blah, blah. You will see a ton of listings every hour on the dot. So when you post it, as soon as you post it, your listing is at the very top of the post. So when somebody logs in, they see your listing, your posting, okay? So I try to do anywhere from 10 to 15. Jason knows, he actually called me out on it the other day. I try to do about 10, 15 around 8 o'clock, 10, 15 about 12 o'clock, right before they go to lunch. Because about 80 to 90% of the folks in our corporate market here in the United States, statistically, they eat lunch at their cubicle or their office. Okay? Only 10 to 15% actually go out to have lunch with coworkers, what have you. So that's another driving factor. 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, people are timed out because the managers have already left. They're the managers. Now they have free time. So if they're truly still looking for a home, 4 o'clock is a perfect time to post it because now you got 10, 15 listings that you're posting and they're live right there in front of their face. And so, you know, if they text you, like these texts right here, I've got a few that come in at 3:32. Got one that came in at 10:54. Even Saturday at 6:10. So it's a good opportunity for you to just pick up the phone right there. To me, I just dial it just from my phone. These are text messages. I just click on it, call, introduce myself. Again, these are the same things. Had one here. This was May 25th, just a few days ago. To the right. I keep pointing up here, but there's no screen. This was a Craigslist posting again. And this lady texted me and she's like, hey, interested in this property. And I'm working with her right now for this particular property. And the only thing she did is texted my name from my Craigslist posting. And she took a screenshot of my post as well. So the other thing I'm going to tell you guys in the real estate business is trust is number one. You have to gain trust of your clients. If they don't trust you, they're not going to do business with you. They'll find another agent. It is proven time after time after time. How do you gain trust? Got to be knowledgeable. You need to be upfront. You got to build that relationship. Nothing is scripted. Nothing is scripted. You just got to be yourself, and you want to be their friend. If you're a friend of somebody, there's trust. That's it. At the end of the day, when they trust you, they'll work with you. Otherwise, they'll have coffee with you, but they will not do business with you. So here's one to the left. Karen, I just sold her a house. I said just, but this was about 2 years ago. She said, hey, the max for this house, city monthly is about $1,500, $190,000. She said, but we, her husband, Steve, said, we trust you. We trust what you think is a smart offer. They're putting their house price offer on me now. That's trust, okay? I sold him a house in Plano about 2 years ago. I'm currently working with Karen on a commercial property right now. Karen and Angela, they're partnered up in a team. They're doing counseling. And she called me about a month and a half ago. She said, look, I had no idea you were doing commercial. She's like, I want you to help me with the commercial property. Great. She just referred me about 2 months ago, her husband actually, Steve, to another coworker of his, Adam. Adam just got approved, just put a contract in last week, and Aubrey moving forward with that. So it's just small things that end up being big. You just, as long as you do the right thing, they're gonna come back. Don't ask for it, they will come back. Plenty of referrals. A lot of the seasoned agents here, we know the value of referrals. Referrals is something we don't ask. Referrals is something we did something right. They're going to refer somebody. Or they're going to come back at some point 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the street and say, I'm ready to buy another house. So again, all this is Craigslist on this side. More Craigslist. One thing I wanted to let you guys know, Craigslist. Here's another one. I keep pointing up here, but there's no screen. On the top left here on my screen here, here's one of the investors that I have been working with. I've done 4 deals with this guy here. This was like 10:26 in the evening. He's like, hey, Sunil, my name is Kosh. I came across your listing for the lot in Denton. This was a Craigslist that I just posted, which was free. I was wondering, do you have some time tomorrow to discuss? I saw the listing on Craigslist. And I replied immediately at 10:30 something. And I said, sure. I said, I'm free right now. He called me as soon as I said I'm free right now. Worked 4 deals with him. Just a single free post on Craigslist. That's all it took me. So again, the rest of this is Craigslist. And there are times when things are not going to work out for you. And here's a perfect example for this. This lady, Lindsay, I've never met her before, never had a phone conversation with her, only text messages with her. She reached out to me due to one of my ads, and she said, hey, Sonny, thank you for reaching out. I spoke with another realtor earlier this evening, and I am getting a list together for showing for her looking at homes on Saturday morning. Thanks again. I said, okay, thank you. Okay, thanks. The key here is that I followed up on a different notation. I said, hey, can you tell me what led you to another agent? I try to call within the first 2 minutes after I'm notified about somebody that is new, right? So just trying to improve my process. Your feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thank you and have a blessed night. So everything, building her up, everything encompassing to say, hey, you know what? I did everything that I could. Where did I fail? I just want to try to improve my process, right? I don't want to say, why'd you go with another agent? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be the bad person. You want to build them up all the time. That's it. It's about them. It's not about you. So that was her response. She's like, oh, you did an excellent job notifying me quickly. I just happened to answer her call as I was not available when you called. She was at work. Right? That happens, right? Soccer practice with the kids, whatever. And she said, hey, I was not able to answer I was not available when you called. I later listened to your voicemail and saw your text. And then she's like, I apologize. I appreciate your help. All I said was, thanks for the honest feedback. Lindsay called me about 3.5 months ago. She's like, hey, look, I'm still looking for another house, a rental property, based on this. She's like, you were not aggressive. You did not push me. You just even asked me for my opinion. And I didn't do anything other than just be nice. It's our responsibility. So guys, this was my board probably about 3 years ago with real estate. And this is honest to God, true story. Jay's seen it. Myrna's seen it. Christy's seen it. I started with that. I've been in healthcare. I've been in auto industry, working with government as well. And obviously now with the real estate. And so I wanted a clean slate. So I took the whole garage wall and started clean and decided to go from that. It took me about 3.5, maybe close to 4 months, maybe a little over 4 months to go to this. But that is not a joke. That was my CRM. I was new at this. I'm an IT guy, but I was new to it. So everything I did, I put everything on that board. That probably has close to 150 clients. I probably have close to 7,000, 8,000 clients right now. I say clients because they're in my system. To me, they're all clients. It's just when they convert. Some may need help with credit repair. Some may need help with financing for down payment. Some may not have closing costs. But you got to build a pipeline. The biggest thing you got to understand in the real estate industry is what I've learned, particularly myself, leads. Generate enough leads. Hundreds of leads. That's what you're going to need. You have to invest in your business. The only best way you can do that, you're going to run out of sphere. You're going to run out of prospect. You're going to run out of family. You're going to run out of friends. When all those people are gone that are supporting you for your business, what do you have left? What do you have left? Nothing. You got to generate your own leads. Okay, that's where I'm plugging into this picture. Is what I'm going to be teaching you guys for this class, 102 and 103, is putting everything together for all three classes, all the way to the advanced portion of it, is how to generate leads. Two portions of that. You can generate 300 leads a month, 500, or in my case, 1,000 leads a month. But you've got to start developing a plan for follow-up. Hire an ISA, or I would actually recommend working with a mortgage company and split your costs with the mortgage company, okay? If you're generating enough business already and you're doing maybe 2 or 3 closings a month, you should not have any problem finding a mortgage company that will work with you. So if your budget is $1,000 a month, ask them to put in $1,000 a month. Now your budget is $2,000 a month, and you share those leads with your primary mortgage company, okay? I have that in place. So again, us as agents, we go to school. I went to Champion School. A lot of folks did. What do we learn? We learn real estate. We learn how to write contracts. We learn rules and regulations and how to do a transaction. That's it. That's our job. What do we not know and what has not been taught in the class? Literally is marketing, how to generate more leads, new business, and leads for your future growth. Nobody teaches us that. We got to learn that. And it's people like me and Jason that come into the picture and kind of teach the class to show what has been working for us. What works for me, I'm going to be clear with you guys, what works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you, okay? My 102 class, I'll start showing you guys some ads, critical ads of how I am generating hundreds of thousands of leads. Those are working for me. But when you change the demographics, they may not produce as many leads for you, right? If you're focused on a little tiny country town over here, that's a population of 1,000 people, I don't care how much money you're spending over there, those 1,000 people are not buying a home tomorrow. But if you're generating leads like I'm doing for all 4 counties, my generation is in all 4 major counties here, Dallas, Denton, Tarrant, and Collin County. And I do just reduced homes or just listed homes. Just listed. I mean, primarily I would say just listed. I would take a nice picture of the pool and post it up there and say, just listed, beautiful home in Frisco, Texas. Click here. I do not put the address. I do not put the price on it. I do not put the exact location on it. I just put the city. Just listed in Frisco, Texas. Beautiful, exquisite home, below market value. And then click here to learn more information about the house or to see more homes or properties like this. You guys will learn that. I'll show you all that. I'll give you all my secrets. I'm not holding anything back. There's enough business to go around for everybody. There's no question about that. The market is growing. We just have to build up our clientele at the end of the day. So this is EXP's model, and I wanted to put that slide in here as well. This is from my previous presentation. But EXP's model is, it's not let's just go recruit everybody, but it helps us because of revenue share, right? We get somebody else to our network. It helps you for your growth, right? Regardless of what they do, you don't even know how many homes they're selling, but it still ends up being your bottom line. Every month, the rev share check counts, right? So it's just the nature and the part of us to grow. For us to grow, we need to teach other people what is at stake and why EXP is better in the sense of different. Is EXP for everybody? No, it's not. Some people don't want to recruit. Some people don't have the skill set to recruit, and it's okay. But if they're on your network, you can leverage them and let them know, hey, you're a good producer. You don't have to worry about recruiting. I'll do the recruiting, and I'll put the right people underneath you. Now you're building them up. So there's a way to approach it instead of saying, you can't be on my network because you don't want to recruit. No, why would you turn somebody down that wants to be on the network, number one? So you don't build a business, you build people, and the people build a business. That's it. That's the EXP's model is right there on that spot. So this goes for Zig. I love Zig, by the way. I've been following him for 30-something years. So this goes for Zig and his business. This is his model. He thrived on it. This goes for Glenn. This is what he created. Glenn created this. That's why we're here today. And then this also goes for you. Don't just walk out here and say, I'm just going to be an independent agent. Even though you signed up as an independent agent, you got to think outside of the box and start growing your network. You don't have to have the team to do the splits. Grow your network. You get commissions from your network, guys. Don't do the splits if you don't want to. Once your network gets big enough, then formulate a team, formulate a plan. I know other teams that do that. But set yourself up for success instead of failure. People don't want that 60-40 split right off the bat. People that are hungry, they'll do that for you. But build it up, scale it. All right, so this is going to be the difficult part. How to do the KV Core setup and all that, okay? I'll walk you guys through that. So we're going to talk about leads, which I already started, KV Core, Craigslist, how to post from KV Core to Craigslist, and then the Facebook's going to be the 102 portion of it, and then later on it's going to be 103 is going to be leads marketing and leads management, okay? So these are all stepping stone building blocks, 101, 102, and 103. So one of the other things I wanted to cover is who here has paid for a Facebook ad? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when you pay and when you run a Facebook ad, whether it's lead generation or traffic or reach, what have you, the company, Facebook actually runs it, depends on whatever demographic that you choose. So those ads will show up at the top on their search, whoever's searching for a house, right? Homes for sale in Falmouth, homes for sale in Dallas, Texas. So your ad, depending on the demographic and all that, how much money you're spending on the ad as well, they'll show up on the top, part of my screen there. Organic search. Guys, organic search are very much valid as well. It just depends on how many times you post. You have your own personal business page. If you don't have the Facebook business page, create one. I want you to post maybe 3 to 5 posts a day. And create landing pages and squeeze pages and KV Core. They're free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. It's organic. But what is something that's called an SEO? SEO is a search engine optimization. It's worldwide. SEO. It's the #1 SEO company that searches on every second basis is Google. Okay? Google searches all around the world every new post that comes out, and they rank the page. Okay? So the page ranking is very important. Page ranking is based on the substance of what you put on your post. If you just put on your post, if you put homes for sale, guess where your page is going to be ranked? Down here. Now Google says, hey, somebody just posted, it says homes for sale. Google says, I really don't know where. What's the price point? What location? What area? So your page is way down here, right? You want your page to be up here. So that's where we come into the organic search. Again, that's free. Another free tool outside of Craigslist is real estate keywords. So if you see it on your screen, these are important. These are important for 2 things. These are important. The words here are important keywords for both your paid ads that you're paying out of pocket and how you word it, and also for organic, right? Organic being free. What I would suggest when you're doing your ads or when you're doing a regular post, when you're doing the landing page and the squeeze page, that'll be the next slide, but I would blend the local and hyper local together. That's the most efficient way that Google picks up where it is and what you're projecting, and it ranks your page way, way higher. I just get free leads out of that all the time. I don't even pay anything for it. I just create it in the morning, I post it, 2 days later, I got 5 leads. So what is local? Local is Dallas homes for sale. Remember what I started with, I said homes for sale. Now Google says, I have no idea. Well, what location? So they put your page all the way down here. Now I say Dallas homes for sale. Now Google says, oh wow, there are homes for sale in Dallas. So I'm gonna rank your page up here, like in the middle somewhere. And then you add hyperlocal. Always mix local and hyperlocal for your postings, okay? Hyperlocal is Plano, Texas homes over $400,000. Or you can say Plano, Texas homes, no HOA, with a pool, under $400,000. Now you see the hyperlocal portion of that? Now Google gets all the information that Google needs. Now your page is ranked up here. So Google automatically freely drives traffic to you. Doesn't cost you anything. So local and hyperlocal combined, any combination, any city, any price point, just listed, just reduced, whatever. Because the other one I want to cover with you guys is, we know, and I'll continue to emphasize on this, is leads, leads, leads. Generate as many leads as you can, okay? Your number one goal is to generate leads. This is our business. That's at the end of the day, that's our business. We generate enough leads. Our plan B is a follow-up methodology with the leads, okay? Plan C is conversion. So you see, meet me. I've got this broken down into 3 sections here. Meet me, know me, trust me. Your meet me is gonna be what you generate. Doesn't matter if it's organic or if you're paying for the leads, okay? You may have 5,000 that are meet me's. They're like, oh, I want to click on this ad. I'm gonna register myself. So now you have a new lead. We have 5,000 leads. Know me are the people that have actually kind of been in communication with you here and there, and that might be about 500 out of the 5,000 that are really interested in buying a house. Other ones just kind of maybe like the picture. I get a lot of clients that I call on, they say, oh, you know what, I'm just surfing. We just bought a house last month. And I'm just, looking at my neighborhood to see what the prices are. I'm just doing a comparison. You get a lot of that. So, and then trust me, if trust me is gonna be out of 5,000, maybe 50. Now, don't quote me on these numbers, but they're pretty accurate from my perspective. So the 50 that you're gonna meet out of 5,000 that you're gonna actually work with, okay? Those are the ones that are personal meetings. Those are the ones that you're gonna be either doing a selling, a listing presentation, or showing homes. My business really, I focus it on buyer side. I do not like to list a property. I think listing a property is babysitting the sellers. I hate it. I do not like it. If it takes you 4 months to sell a house, but if you had 10 clients that are buyers, and in the 4 months, how many of those 10 buyers will you be selling a home to? Compared to one home that's sitting on the market for 4 months. And now you're going back and forth with your seller to negotiate the price to say, it's been on the market too long, but they don't listen to you. Oh, but I put in all this money. Okay. You're a doctor, I understand that. So we're gonna do a little hands walkthrough on this. KV Core Craigslist is gonna be the number one, and how to set up your website on KV Core as well. Like I said, number two. Number one was KV Core ads. Number 2, do not boost posts on Facebook. How many of you guys done that before? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Christy, I know you still do. You throw money away. You can actually buy me a nice dinner. But boosting posts is Facebook's way of making money. Literally is. Facebook is the internet giant of real estate marketing and advertising. Google is as well. Google is a lot more expensive. I'm not going to include Zillow and Realtor.com. Those guys are super expensive. Average lead there is between $17 and $75 per lead. And you can still get a bad phone number or a bad email, okay? What if you were to generate 500 leads for $1,000 in 2 months. How many of those 500 leads for $1,000 that you may convert? What if you just converted one at 300,000? What is your ROI? Think about it. Is boosting a post, Facebook says, oh, anytime you say boost a post, Facebook says, oh, I'll just use whatever and I'll just spread it out there. You don't really have a way to pick and choose the categories. And here's the objectives. They give you 2 objectives. They give you encourage people to visit your website, which is not the case. If you're boosting a property that is just listed or just sold in this case, you want to do geo-farming. Geo-farming is right down the street in Fairmount, sold a house here for about $1 million, a little less. I did geo-farming there, just on that zip code, just in that street and the neighborhood. I had 5 clients that have asked for their appraisal for their house. If I would have just said boost post, it would have gone through all of Flower Mountain. I don't want that. Because this is a subdivision, there's $1 million homes over here, 218. It's not not every neighborhood in Flower Mountain has homes for $1 million. You want to make sure to do geofarming. You can't do that with boost post. Engagement is another one. Engagement is great. You can do that with an open house. Engagement is really great for somebody to like and share and comment. What it does not have are these 3. So when you're boosting a post, it does not have traffic, reach, and the biggest piece that I'll talk about is lead generation. Lead generation is when they actually fill out a form, they give you their information. They give you their name, their email, and their password. Whether it's real or not, doesn't matter. You gain the lead. Now it's up to you to follow up. So boosting a post, you're wasting your money, bar none. All right, I don't know if you guys can see the next portion of this, but we will jump right into KV Core. Is everybody logged into KV Core? EXP KV Core, I would assume. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, 2:30. We're running a little late on time. I may have to do another class as well. And we can always piggyback off of this one, and the next class can be part 2 of this one. And I work with Trent to kind of do just a Zoom class instead of a physical class that we can pick up where we leave off. So who is actually using KV Core as their primary CRM platform? 1, kind of, sort of 2. Okay, so what is everybody else using? What's the consensus? Boomtown? Spreadsheet? Excel? Notepad? WordPad? I mean, we're all real estate agents, guys. What is your CRM platform? What are you using? Or what are you using?
We just got us paid for Friday.
Okay, how long have you been real estate? 2 months. 2 months. What were you using before that? Nothing. So no Notepad, no Excel spreadsheet, nothing. Okay. What about you?
Just run it.
Okay. So, guys, KV Core is included in your technology package with EXP. Utilize it, utilize it, utilize it. Learning is not the problem. I'm here for you guys. I'll say this again. Call me, text me. I may not respond right away, but I'll answer your questions. What I can't do is one-on-one sessions. That's why I do the classes. And then I'll always go back and watch the classes.
Question. On leads, what would you say the most important thing is to actually cultivate? Would you say
To convert?
Yeah, to convert.
Well, convert is really campaigns. You got to get campaigns set up. And my biggest piece on converting, it took me a while to get to a point because I was formulating a plan on coming up with, and I don't know if the rest of that yet, but I would say your CT, when you get a new lead in, your these 3 acronyms right here for CTE, call, text, email every 2 days. Well, I mentioned that earlier. 3 by 2. That's what it is. 3 by 2. Call, text, email every 2 days. Okay. Don't give up on that. After 45 days, maybe after 2 months, Put them on nurture. Put them on a drip campaign.
Do you do it at a certain time, or just?
It depends. So when I do a call, text, email, let's just say if my call time is between 8 and 10. 8 and 10 in the morning is my call time. Usually people are driving to work, or people are already at work. Maybe the boss is not quite there yet. And the second of time of calling to actually connect with clients is from 12 o'clock. It's they're at lunch. 90% of them are eating lunch by themselves. Okay.
Right.
So from 12 to 2 is another window for me, and then from 3:30 to 5:30.
Okay.
Time for meeting, depending on my schedule and meeting.
So you just call the lead once, or do you call them multiple?
Now I will call them 3 times because if I call Sarah this morning at 8 o'clock, she might be in a meeting at work, right? But if I call her at 12:30, she's back on my call rotation. And if I call her at 12:30, maybe she's eating by herself in her office. And maybe she'll answer at that point.
Right.
She wasn't able to answer before. Let's say she was in a meeting at 12:30, and then let's say I call her at 5:30. 5:30 in the evening, I call her, she's off to work. Let's say she's at her kid's soccer practice. Maybe she missed her call too, which is wrong with her kids. That's why I have a parallel channel. So guys, my parallel channel is working with, again, the mortgage company. The mortgage company makes calls as well as I do. We're not on the same schedule. There are times when they connect, there are times when I connect. When they connect, they'll let me know. I update my KV Core, just so KV Core does not send out bogus messages. Okay. And if I connect, I'll let them know.
You just said the biggest secret is completing the lead to its fullest?
Build the lead.
Yeah, completing the lead to its fullest, like calling them as much as it takes.
Yep. Your only primary goal is to get them on the phone. And then I have a spreadsheet that I keep up with, which is separate, which I collect the criteria of what they're looking for. Their credit score and all that, I'll leave it up to the finance company. But I'll update my spreadsheet that I know. And I also update KV Core. It's a little bit of extra work, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. I wish I could put it up here. Maybe I could put it up here. You guys can see my screen? Yeah. Okay, so I have not updated this in a few days. I've been super busy. Here's my spreadsheet here. So here's an example of what I do. So these are my leads. The ones that you see on the right side that are in yellow, these are the guys that I'm currently working with. Okay. So yellow are folks that I've actually talked to. I've talked to these folks. I've collected their criteria, and I'm working with them, sending them reports, and doing my CTE, my call, text, emails with them. Okay. The purple one down here that you see is somebody new, but they came into my KV Core. But the purple one says that these are all color coded. To me, when I look at it every day, I know instantly who I need to call. Okay. So the purple one is reaching out to a client. So I have not had the first initial conversation with the client. Those are the purple ones. So my notes here, and I'll tell you, so I have, each color code is different. And I can share the spreadsheet with you guys. So I have reaching out to client, which is never have talked to them before. Number 2 is working with the lead. So I've talked to them, I'm working with them, I'm sending them reports, I'm showing them homes, or part of my team is showing them homes, doesn't really matter. I have showing properties. I'm actively engaged in showing them properties, right? Another progress with the clients. Loan approved, which is a crucial piece for me as well. That'll be a different color code. And then contract sent, and then signed and executed. So this is something that I developed, and then I also put in here a source. So I put in here, if you look at the first one there on 529 on row number 2, it says Sonny, so it's my Facebook ad. So this lead came in through my Facebook ad, right? And then I have, who is it assigned to? I have a team, I can assign it to. Austin left. Austin is actually working on 5 of my clients right now, just in 2 weeks. So I can assign it to somebody else, but here's where I will put in who I'm assigning this lead to. And of course, the lead name, lead email, lead phone number, or husband and wife phone numbers. And the notes, what are they looking for? You know, what area, what's their max price point? Are they pre-approved, or are they ready to get a loan? And then in this case, this one is a buyer. And then I'll always have a time frame. In this case, the first one here is 0 to 6 months. Just based on their communication and conversation. You know, they're leasing, their lease is up in 3 months, whatever, they're ready to get out. So I put in there 0 to 6 months. And then once I have a conversation with, in this case, Crystal, I talked to Crystal not too long ago. She's looking to get a loan. I've got her connected with Bob. Bob Johnson is my mortgage guy. Bob Mortgage, if you guys probably know him from that name. He's working with Crystal. So in a day or two, I should have some information from Bob that says she's approved or she needs credit, you know, more credit or whatever. Then I'll update this, and then I'll update my KV Core to send me a reminder. But I have literally hundreds of this. Here's another one that's signed and executed right here, row number 39. So all the yellows for me are the ones that I'm currently working with. I think I have a little over 400 on this spreadsheet right now with the yellows. And I don't have the time to keep up with all of them. That's why I'm working with a mortgage company that has hired a loan officer that is also an ISA that is dedicated just to make the calls. I don't have time to make 400 calls. My CTE every 2 days, I can't keep up with that. There's no possible way. I need a team of 5 people to do that. So. All right, so going back to the KV Core platform, everybody's logged into the KV Core platform, the dashboard. Dashboard is your key. Every morning, number one, I would recommend put every contact, every lead into your KV Core. Okay. So I'm gonna do a little walkthrough here on how to add a contact properly. So on your dashboard, in the middle of the page to the right, there's a button there, it's blue, it says Quick Action. Okay. On the quick actions, click on add a contact. Okay, add a contact. I want you to create a contact for yourself. Okay, create your email, your cell phone number, your name, everything that relates to you. Okay, so you can see how the system behaves because you're going to get everything that the client gets. So you know what to expect. Okay, you can always delete yourself. That's not the problem. I don't know if I'm in the system already. I'm gonna add Jason. Jason Smith. Don't have your email.
Sonny, while you're doing that, is the idea to add everybody, you know, without their consent, or and then have them unsubscribe?
It's a great question. The answer to that is yes. Add everybody that you know. Because you already have the consent. So you meet somebody at a coffee shop, right? And you start a conversation, long line. Hey, you know what? Somehow the real estate comes up and you give them your card. And the minute they get your card, they already given the consent for your emails and texts. That's what constitutes the rules and regulations. So, and you'll see in the system that you have to select yes, the permission. Yeah, the permission has to be selected yes. Because they already gave you a validation when they took the card and said, I'm looking for home, or somebody else has something for home. It really doesn't matter. The validation is already at that point.
And they can always unsubscribe if they want to.
They can, yes. Yeah. Or they can email you to unsubscribe. If they email you and say, unsubscribe me from the emails, then unsubscribe them from the emails. Don't unsubscribe them from the text. See what I'm saying? They have to individually ask for those.
What about the smart campaign?
Smart number. Okay, so that's part of my presentation as well.
So they're not buying, but they're wanting to find out stuff about investors.
So if you're adding yourself as a contact, I'm gonna walk you through this. Add yourself as a contact. Obviously, your name, last name, email, phone number, permission to call, text, yes. In this case, it's a buyer lead, whatever they may be in your case later, but the lead status, you're going to put the lead status as a new lead, right? You go down. The lead owner in this case is just me by myself. If it's a team, you can assign it to somebody else. Campaign. I don't think, who all in here has campaign set up on KV Core? One, okay. Two, okay. Okay. So for campaign, I mean, if you already have a campaign created for buyers or sellers, then you would assign them at this point. And then the CC lender, I have my lender, Bob Mortgage, Bob Johnson. I already added him to the system. I'll show you guys how to do that. But I always send him a copy of a new lead that I put in here, okay? So I want him to do the follow-up. So at the bottom there where it says CC lender, that note only goes to your lender and not your lead. Your lead will now see those notes, okay? So like here, I would just say, yes, CC lender, and notes, I would just say, hey, Bob is my lender. Hey, Bob, meet Susie. You know, we just met at Starbucks last night and to look for a house here and found out, you know, her time frame is about 3 months. Here's the phone number, please give her a call. That's the notes, and that's it. So, and then it's out of your hands. And then, of course, you want to put it on your calendar to follow up with Bob and also with Susie in a couple of days, right? CTE. Is it raining or is it me? Oh. So that's how you add a contact, okay? So you add a contact. One of the other things we want to cover is how to set up your KB Core profile. And this is critical because you guys just basically being one-on-one. So on the top right-hand side, you'll see your KB Core website. So it should be your first name dot last name at exprealty.com, right? You guys see that? You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So click on your name there, and then click on my profile. So I got mine pulled up. So at the very top of this, you're going to see agents, lenders, teams, if you have a team, offices, website, and phone. But primarily, you want to focus on agents. You want to set this profile up on the agent. You want to put in as much information as you can as far as you being the agent. And we're talking Facebook, we're talking LinkedIn, we're talking Pinterest, Realtor.com profiles. You know, of course, if you have a lender that you've already added, that needs to go here as well. Your phone numbers, make sure you're putting in your cell phone number here when you edit this, when you update this profile, instead of your smart number. Because the clients are going to want to see your cell phone number because they want to call you directly and not your smartphone number. The difference, there was a question I was asked, I think, earlier in the class. Smartphone number is a KB Core assigned smartphone number to you. You have your own smartphone number. That KB Core sends messages out, text messages out, if you will, to leads based on their behavioral pattern. So if somebody looks at a home 5 times or 7 times, or somebody saves a property, their favorite, KB Core picks that up because it's a behavioral pattern monitoring, and then KB Core says, on your behalf, KB Core sends a message out. It looks like it's coming from your phone, but it's not. It's coming from the smartphone. When they reply to it, then it comes out to you on your personal phone, which is completely transparent to you guys. So make sure, so the 2 important pieces here are going to be your personal ID, your MLS ID number, and your NERDS number. How do you find your NERDS number? If you go into my my calendar invite, you will see there's a link there, right there. Have your NRD SID, right? Your NERDS ID. So you click on that link, that should take you to the Realty website. And you can pick and choose your last name. And type in your license number, and that will pull up your NERDS number, NRDS ID. Okay. And just copy that, paste it over to your profile on KB Core. All right, then you scroll down a little bit more on your agent profile. There will be about me and your signature. The biggest thing I'll tell you, EXP is really big about compliance, really big about compliance. Those of you that are not taking the class for advertising and to be compliant with advertising, Sheila Dunnigan, we're all obviously for Sheila Dunnigan from the North region. We have a deadline, I believe, Jason, is what, the 15th of this month, I think? I think it's 15th of this month. Yeah. So if once you go to our EXP site, internal Facebook site, just look up Sheila Dunnigan and you'll see 2 or 3 posts down. Yeah, it'll be on WordPress. There. The video is there, and then you also have to take a test to be compliant for the Facebook ads. It is mandatory, it has to be done, I believe, by the 15th. Don't quote me on the dates, but I'm pretty sure it's the 15th. So over here on the signature, like mine, I do everything on Google Docs. So everything is linked to Google Docs. So everything I do, I just post a link here, and it goes directly to Google Docs. For my ads, everything just goes directly there. So if you were to click on it, that way there's no attachments, none of that stuff. I don't put my picture on this one. I just put my name, my phone number, all my websites, right? My credentials, and then obviously the disclosure for EXP. Why do I not? You want to put your picture on there from your profile perspective. I just don't put it on my email signature. Okay, so you guys can set that up later. I mean, there's obviously a lot of different things you got to do from Facebook to Instant. There's so many different fields you got to fill out. If you don't have an account, create it. If you don't have LinkedIn, create it. If you don't have Instagram, create it. Whether you use it or not doesn't matter. You're driving traffic. You're not even doing anything. KV Core is driving traffic for you. So. All right, so everybody on the same page so far with the profile? All right, so next thing we're gonna cover right now, sorry, 245, is your website. Your website that's tied into EXP KV Core account, okay? So on the left side of your screen, in KV Core, you will see probably 3/4 of the way down, something is called Web and IDX. Web and IDX. Now, some of this stuff, guys, there's a lot to it. What I'm going to teach you is how to do it. It's going to take you some time to do it. Just make note of how to do it, and whenever you get some free time, do it on your own. Because it definitely will take some time. So, are you guys in the Web and IDX where it has your name and your picture? Okay. Everybody else? On the right side, it says website content. It says testimonials, service area, and SEO, and custom pages. You guys see all that? Okay. All right. So we're going to start here to the right side. Okay. The profile is pulled in from the profiles page that we covered on the last topic. Okay. But on the right side, I want you to click on where it says service areas and SEO. Click on view and edit there. So all this SEO, remember I talked to you guys about SEO earlier. SEO is search engine optimization from Google and Microsoft and Yahoo and all the other search engines, right? But you've got to plug in the right things for them to pick it up to do the free advertising for you, like organic. So currently on mine, I just have Flower Mound. I left it at that on purpose. I deleted all the other ones because I wanted you to know how to add. So are you guys in the service area and SEO page? Okay, so just type in your areas. So in my case, I'm gonna be covering South Lake as well. So when I pull up South Lake, it pulls up all the different South Lake areas. I'm talking legal description areas, okay? Me particularly, I want Southlake as a city, because when somebody sees your website, then they'll know that you're servicing all of Southlake, not just that one subdivision, okay? So I'm gonna select Southlake City. And then you just continue to add whatever cities that you wanna work with, right? Raleigh, Dallas, Louisville, Grapevine, Paramount, whatever cities, depends on where you're at and what you want to serve.
Do we not use the add-on cities in MLS?
Oh, you can, it's a great question. If you do that, you're gonna see an index of like 80 or 90. Do you think about how many counties and districts and subdivisions, because it pulls up all the subdivisions too. So then the problem with that is then you have to go back and delete the ones you don't want. To me, it's just easier just to add only the ones that I want from the city perspective. I've done that, believe me. That's part of my class. It's called testing. So again, take your time, like make some time outside of this class to do the follow-up material. It's going to be crucial for your site and for your growth, and it really doesn't cost anything. KV Core pays for everything. And when you add a new city, make sure you click on save, and you'll see a little green box that pops up and says saved.
Why do some of them not have city names and neighborhood?
It should have cities or areas. It could be Southlake area or it could be Southlake City. Okay, just for the time's sake, you guys know how to add that. You can always go back in there and add additional cities to it. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to go back to WebIDX on the left side. And at this point, instead of going to the right, where there's service area and SEOs, we're going to go to edit settings. You'll see your name in the middle of the screen towards the left under WebIDX. Click on edit settings. You guys see that? Okay. So this really is designing your website. How's it going to look when somebody else lands on your website? Whether you have a domain forwarding or whether they go directly to your KV Core site. Or when you run an ad, obviously they're going to be taken to your KV Core site regardless. So this is what they're going to see initially when they log into your site. Okay. So for general, the background images, you'll see probably about 10, 12, maybe 15 images there. I have one selected. You can choose more than one, okay? You can choose more than one. What it does is, let's say you have 3 or 4 selected. Anytime somebody logs into your site, it round robins the image. Okay? But if you have just one selected, in my case, I just like this one particularly. And so that's the only one that they're gonna see every time. On the second hand, you can choose your own image, but it has to be specifically in the size where it says upload your own image, and it's 1600 by 650. You can do a Google search for homes, and you can change the settings to just search for homes images for exactly 1600 times 650. You can type it in there for your Google search, and you can use any one of those images to be your primary image once you upload it. Nothing major, but I just use their default one.
What is use parent mean?
I'm sorry?
What is use parent mean?
No, you don't use parent.
Okay.
The parent is going to be your global.
Okay.
When you refine and define something, you want it to be what you're changing down here and not reflect what's up here on top. So parent is always going to be the top. So hide resource pages. You want to leave that to no. Hide millions mapped. You want to leave that to no. Millions Map app, we will cover in the next class. It is, again, another free app from KV Core. Great tool to send out to all your clients. Any home that they look at, your clients, on that app, on their phone, whether it's Samsung or iPhone, really doesn't matter. The link that you send them and they download that app, you are the primary agent, period, for any home that they look at. And they can search on the go. They can be here and just pull up the app and they'll show them listings right in this area. And they can do a filter by the criteria of how many bedrooms it costs or whatever. But when they say call the agent, it pulls up your information. Free tool, market it, use it. Does it cost you anything? Hide office information. Yes, I don't really care to publish my home address because I usually work 90% of my time from my house. So I don't want to publish my home address out there. Hide print flyer button. No, you want to be able to let them print. Mandate phone. This is another really, really key one that people kind of go back and forth. You're going to generate more leads by not mandating a phone number. If you mandate a phone number, you're going to generate about 30% to 35% less leads. I don't care if you're running Facebook ads, Google ads, organic leads, doesn't really matter. Why? The question why is that people don't really care to give that phone number. They'll put in a fake phone number all day long. I call them all day long and I get a lot of phones. Doesn't get anyone, right? Because that phone. But if you don't mandate a phone number, they might actually give you their email address. If you have the right campaign set up from your email campaign in your KV Core, you're still reaching out to them. There might come a point where they're really serious about it and they'll give you their phone number, right? Remember what I told you, 3x2, CTE, call, text, email. In this case, the phone doesn't work, so your email is going to be key. When they start surfing on your dashboard and you see them active looking at homes, then you email them. When you email them that property, they get a picture of that property that they've looked at, they favorited it, they loved it, they liked it, okay? And when all I do is I email them and say, hey, look, this home, this was just a couple days ago. I don't say, hey, I saw that you like this property or love this property or favorited this property. I just say, this home was listed 2 days ago. You want to go look at it? It's hot on the market. Price is really great on the site. I get a response from time that says, I'm really interested in it because just saw it a couple days ago. I didn't say anything about it. They did. That's when you go back in the communication in the email and say, hey, what's your phone number? I'd love to send you a report on this house. Let me send you a detailed report about this house, right? So mandating phone number to me, I always leave it at no for all my ads. Website title, this is going to be really according to you guys, what area you're servicing. They're going to see this, and if you guys are looking on my computer, let me pull up mine. So this is my KV Core page here. You'll see where it says, there's my name, and there's a search bar there, and then underneath it, it says, find homes in Dallas-Fort Worth counties. That's my title. So again, if you go back to your KV Core, that's going to be your title, your website title. What do you want it to say? That is different than your Facebook and Google ads that you run. That's going to be your meta description. Your meta description is going to show up differently based on what you worded here. I put mine as find homes in DFW counties at Realty, at EXP Realty. Those are what's going to be showing up on my Facebook and my Google ads, but not on my web page per se. Okay. Use Office Smart Number on website. Yes. You want to use the Office Smart Number on the website. Ask unit, that's a no-brainer. If there's a unit number involved, then you want to ask that question. The system will do that automatically. You want to leave that at yes. Should be already checked for you. The recruiting text, you can modify this however you like. Everybody in here that has an EXP account, you have your first name, your last name at exprealty.com. That's going to be KV Core site. But if you add a dot to the end of it and add careers, that's going to be your personal careers recruiting sites. It's already created for you. Okay. Custom header. Custom header is something we'll talk about probably in the advanced class 103 portion of it. Custom header is where you plug in your Facebook pixels, your Facebook pixel code for retargeting for existing clients that have visited your site before. Who in here has used Pixel or has it installed? No. Very powerful tool. So what Pixel is, what Facebook does, it's a free tool. It requires a lot of IT stuff in the background, but you generate the code based on your account. You plug the code in, and anytime you run an ad, whether it's Facebook or especially Facebook in primary, there's Facebook looks at all the leads that have come through for that particular ad, and you can choose that audience to retarget them for your other ads. Because you already know they're in the business and looking to purchase a house or they're showing interest. So you double dipping at the less cost. So really a great tool. And there's another one, I'll be teaching this later as well. I'm experimenting on that one. It's called a lookalike audience. I've got a little over 7,000 leads in my KV Core. So the lookalike audience is, I upload everything, just the first name, last name, email, phone number, and their zip code, where they came in, regardless if they were from California, New Jersey, New York, Florida. Lookalike audience is where everybody, the ads don't go out to them. The ads go out to people that are within the same category. Same price point, same zip code areas, same cities. But that's what the lookalike audience is. And Facebook generates all that. It may take 2 or 3 days, depending on how many leads you have. If you have 200, 300, 500 leads, it may take Facebook about a day to create that lookalike audience for you. But in my case, sometimes it takes 5 or 6 days. But it's a huge tool. Pixel and lookalike audiences, those are going to be 2 big tools for you guys to get plugged in. Custom body, leave that alone. Custom footer, leave that alone. Your conversion code should already be there. I have Google code in there. I don't know if you have anything in there. Custom chat. The custom chat widget is, there are a lot of third-party companies that are providing chats for you. Facebook has their own chat, right? Messenger, right? The Messenger bot. There are other ones out there. Here's another one that's very popular. It's called ManyChat. ManyChat is another tool. It's a free tool. Doesn't cost anything, but they have a paid version of it as well. So you can sign up with ManyChat. You can integrate it with your Facebook business page, and you can script it of what you want it to say. How do you want the bot to respond? You can ask a question like, "Hey, thank you for visiting my site, real estate, blah blah blah, and are you looking to buy or sell your house?" And then the bot will take over from there, right? You're not doing anything. You could be out driving. You don't even know the conversation's happening, right? You'll get a notification, but they might respond and say, "Yeah, I'm looking to buy a house." That's the key term, buy. So ManyChat, you can program it to say, if they say buy, even in the sentence, then you can call them or even just reply back automatically and say, "I'm out with a client. I'll call you guys, in about an hour or 2. Again, that's a free tool. But you can take that code from ManyChat or any other third-party companies. You can just plug it in here, just paste it. It's just copy and paste. Or you can use the Facebook one. Facebook one is free. It doesn't cost anything. Scroll back down to testimonials. I don't do any testimonials in KV Core. I do my testimonials in Zillow. Zillow is a king. Zillow is the king of everything, period, in real estate. Template, when you go down to template is, you can pick and choose a lot of different templates. Foundation and Hero are the 2 primary. I choose Hero. Hero is more functional. You have more flexibility with Hero. And then when you scroll just a little bit down further than that, template theme, you'll have a ton of different colors. Just pick and choose whatever you want. I chose mine to be deep navy blue. I guess it kind of goes with my jacket, but. Template extra options. I used to run a YouTube video in the background. When somebody would log in, they would actually see the video. The problem with that, it takes a lot longer for the YouTube video to load up. The number one experience you want to have for clients is the speed. They want to be able to log in because they just clicked on something. They're interested in whatever you're promoting. I don't care if it's a house that's just reduced or house that's just listed or this nice pool, whatever it may be. When they click on it, they want to see it right away. That's the key, right? We don't know about their internet speed or anything like that, but why slow it down further? So I've tested the YouTube on this. It just took forever to load, so I just took it off. You can choose to do it. I'll test it. Let me know if you do it. The rest of this is just it's really personal preference. None of this is going to matter. You go down to listing carousels. The listing carousels is always going to be my listings, just listed, and just reduced. And it's just going to circle around. Leave the analytics alone. The analytics is with Google. For listings, make sure you have everything selected. Single family, condos, multifamily, commercial, land, townhouses, residential lease, farm, ranch, pending, contingent. Just because an investor is looking for land doesn't mean he's not looking for a house to rent. Okay? So keep that in mind. Yep, the rest of this, so we'll just leave it alone. One of the areas we're going to cover, we're going to add a custom link to your personal EXP KB Core website. Okay, we're going to add something we call it homeowner tips, right? Again, it's going to be on your website. So if somebody is looking for tips, or somebody's looking for an electrician or a roofer or a foundation company, we can plug that in, and they just have to do a Google search, and SEO will take care of the rest of it. But it's going to drive traffic to your site from it. Okay, it's no cost. So for this one, log into your EXP cloud. Some can't log into the EXP cloud because they're not there. Okay, you guys logged into EXP cloud?
His laptop died.
Well, it's recorded, so.
Yeah.
Let me know when you guys logged into EXP cloud. Okay, got one. Mindy, you good? So we're gonna go on EXP cloud on the main website. We're gonna go to business tools. We're gonna go to vendor resources. And we're gonna go to Homekeeper. Homekeeper app. If you're with EXP, this pro account is free for you. Doesn't cost you anything. They're straight up free blogs. Blog it all day, blog it all night. It's free SEO for you and your services. What I'm going to teach you is how to plug it into your website personally, and it's going to be hands off after that.
Okay, what was that again? Go to where?
Go to ESP Cloud. Are you there? You on the ESP Cloud. The ESPCloud.com. There you go. So just hover over business tools and vendor resources, and go down here, Homekeeper app. Have you ever logged in that one? No. It's free. It's free for us. Go to business tools. Vendor resources. Back. Have you ever logged into this before? I don't recall, honestly. Whether you have to create an account. It's free. It's free from the experience. So just create an account. Go But you'll see the rest of this from my classes. Watch the video on how to embed this into your website, okay? Again, that's free as well. So just for the video purpose, because it's being recorded, Trent is recording it. I know there's a couple of folks here that the battery's dying. But so when you're logged into your dashboard of HomeKeeper, this is everywhere. This is everything. HomeKeeper does everything for you. It just depends on how much you update. I have not added my vendors in this case. I have not added my clients. HomeKeeper will send out free blogs to the clients, depending on whether it's summer or winter, what needs to be done, some tips, home tips, etc. So, and then the widgets. So just click on embed widgets. You're gonna go to my blog widget, and then you're gonna copy. You're just gonna copy the iframe. I just highlighted the iframe. It's called My Blog Widget iframe. I just highlighted it, copied it, and we're gonna paste that in our KV Core platform. Now, I'll show you where to paste it. In our KV Core platform under Web and IDX, on the right side where it says Custom Pages. Okay, I have no custom pages. Matter of fact, I deleted my custom pages earlier today, just for the class. So in your custom pages, click on New Page. Okay. Then you'll see a title, you'll see a content. Okay. See a title and a content. Where you see the content, the next word to the right from the content is paragraph. You're going to scroll over on that same line, and you're going to see two arrows, open-ended and closed-ended arrows, okay? Especially it's called a source code. So when you hover your mouse over these two arrows on that same paragraph line, that's called a source code, okay? So when you click on that, a new window will pop up. It'll say source code. All you want to do here is just paste what we just copied from the HomeKeeper, okay? Paste it right there and hit OK. You already there as well, Mindy? So for the title for this blog, for all these blogs, I'm just gonna type in homeowner tips. Google will be more than happy to find that, and it'll be tied into your account. I'm not going to go through the rest of this, but I will explain it. I'll save this, but once that's pulled up, you'll see that the blogs are pulled up, and on the title, put in whatever you want, homeowner tips or whatever title you want to call it. I just want to call it simple homeowner tips. And then you scroll down a little bit, there's the meta tag description, and there's a meta tag keywords, okay? Those two are pretty much a key as well for SEO and Google to tie everything back to you. So the meta tag description could be anything. It really could be beautiful home tips for summer, beautiful home tips for winter, right? Those are meta tags. For somebody searching for something like that anywhere in the world, it ties into your page. Meta tag keywords, that's the other one that's the key. Meta tag keywords is, are you looking for an electrician? Are you looking for a roofer? Are you looking for a foundation guy? Are you looking for, lawnmower? Anything that you want to put in as far as a third-party contractor in your meta. This is a one-time setup. You can always go in there and change that. That's why I'm not updating everything right now. I'm going to save this. So mine says homeowner tips. If you guys are still logged on to my Zoom account, I'm going to pull up mine so you can see what it actually looks like with all the updates that we did. So here's mine. I've got my name. As soon as it pulls up, and it's quick, no videos, pulls up, has my name on it, EXP on the top left. Right below the search criteria, it has find homes in Dallas-Fort Worth counties. And right below that, it has open houses just listed, multifamily houses, land, condos, and then of course my listings, and then it goes down to the rest of it. But if you go back to the top, and if you look at the top right, you will see, well, what I named it is homeowner tips. You'll see that new tab that's created for you. That'll be on your page, just set there. So you gotta remember, when they go to that, when they go to the tips, whether it's from Google, whether it's from Facebook, how do they get there? From the SEO search engine. When they land on that page, they're looking at the tips. On the right side is the search engine. When they search on it, they're still searching on the website. When they're requesting information on a particular house, or if they like it, or if they favorite it, it's happening on your page before. You're gonna get notifications on that. You're gonna get text messages, you're gonna get emails, and also you're gonna see it on your dashboard when you log into your page core. That, hey, so-and-so favorited this property, or so-and-so looked at this property 5 times. But somebody looked at the property for 5 times, and they looked at 15 other properties, I'm gonna call this person about this one property, right? So this is just a driving traffic, it's completely free. So here's the thing, the biggest thing is setup. Your setup is the biggest key. Everything else is hands off, and you just tweak it every now and then based on what's working and what's not working. So these 3 classes are gonna be critical for you, 101, 102, and 103. When we get to 103, that's gonna be lead generation. Lead generation, yeah, that's gonna be the key to do lead generation, to start having, it doesn't matter if it's October, November, or December. You can still get leads. You just, what are you gonna do with the leads? But all this is free, it doesn't cost anything. So why not utilize it? KV Core provides it. So I think that's the essence of it. But if we go back to the account, did everybody here create their own personal account as a contact? Okay. So the biggest thing there is going to be, you got to set up alerts. Because remember I told you guys earlier, when you set up a single account in KV Core, that means nothing. The account just sits there. You have to associate that account and create alerts on it, right? How to do alerts on it. I can either show it now or I can publish it, whichever way you guys want to do it. Because I'm running short of time. Show it. Okay. So I'll get it recorded in this video. That way, if you guys are gonna go watch the video again later, you'll see it how to do the alerts. Okay. Alerts is the key, so I'll just do it. For every contact, you wanna have alerts set up. For every contact that you add, you wanna have alerts set up. Alerts, you can set them up on daily basis, or bi-weekly basis, or monthly basis, or on instant basis. Okay. And what are the alerts? Alerts are, when you add a new contact, you create an alert for the contact that says they're looking for a house in Carrollton for no more than $300,000, 3+ bedrooms, no pool, and that's really it. And then the system, KV Core, on a daily basis will send out that alert automatically. So they'll get the report. Once they get the report, they click on it, they'll be right back on your site. And on your dashboard, you'll see them surfing. You didn't do anything, just create the alert. So I'll go ahead and create a fake one here just to add to the recording. I'm gonna use Justin Starting for my test account. Commissioner Cole. So once you add the contact, it's going to take you, as soon as you add the contact, any new contact you add, it'll take you directly into that contact information page. And that contact information page is just about that particular contact. That's where you set up the alert. The alert's going to be on your left side. It says search alert. Currently, it's going to have, as a new contact, it's going to have a red circle with the mark, but that means that there's no alert set up. So at the very top of the profile page of the new client, you can click on alerts and then click on edit. And then I'm going to select single family areas. I'm going to select Dallas County, or whatever county or city or your location. Bedrooms, I'm going to select 3+. Price range, another nugget I'm going to give you guys. When you guys start having leads that are coming in from Facebook ads, and you don't know what the price point is, sometimes you get leads that log in, but they're not surfing on KB4. KB4 collects data. KB4 knows how many homes you looked at. They know what your price point is based on the 20 homes that you've been surfing around. KB4 collects all that data. When did you log in? KB4 sometimes will even tell you the best time to call this lead client is between 8 and 9, because that's the only time they're logging in. So the tool is very smart in terms of gathering all the data. So the key thing here is, if you don't know, if you don't know what they're looking for, then set them up for DFW. Set them up for DFW. I would do it between, this is what I do. This is what I do. If I don't know anything about the client or a new lead that have logged in for the first time and they have not been surfing, but they are my lead, I just set them up on DFW. I set them up as 3+ bedrooms. I do it for single family home, condo, and townhouses. Okay, I let them separate that on their own time. Right? I have their email. The email reports are going to go out. I set them up between 170,000 and 300,000. I don't know what $500,000 to $1 million. No need to. They're a new client. What is our average price range? The biggest clients are going to be around 300,000, give or take. That's going to be our biggest. So you go at the bottom end of about 170,000 and about 300,000. What I do with the minimum maximum. When they start surfing, the system will start developing and changing that category by itself. But this gives them a report to at least get started on. So I did single family here, the Dallas County, 3+ bedrooms, 170,000, 300,000. And then I'll leave the rest of it alone. In frequency, in this case, it's a new lead. Frequency, I don't want to bombard them. If it was somebody that I've already talked to as a client and I'm working with them and they're looking forward to getting like a daily email, then I'll change it over here to send them daily emails of everything else that comes in that's new. Normally with a new client, a new lead that just logged in, I don't have any information, I'll do 2 times a week. So 2 times a week, I'll send them an email and then they can start surfing over time. There's an option over here for monthly as well. I do that for clients that I've talked to that are 6 to 9 months before they're ready to purchase. They may be going through credit, but you want to give them enough homes still to look at because you want to keep them engaged. The more they look at, the more they're like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I want this house. So if they fall off the radar, they're not looking at any homes anymore. Their credit is this way. Well, they're already working with another agent at the point because their credit's going to be fixed. You're not sending them any reports. So just set the system up to do it for you. Okay. Email CC. Sometimes if I'm working with active 0 to 3 month clients, and when I set up alerts for them, I do the CC to email to myself. So in this case, if I do an instant, anytime a new home comes on the market, it sends it to them, but it sends it to me as well. I'm the first to call them and say, this house was just listed today. I already pulled up all the details for it. You got to come look at this thing. It's not going to be on the market for too long. See, you would not know that. Even if they're getting the email, they may not be clicking on it. So as long as you're getting it, you're being proactive and calling them and saying, hey, it was just listed today. Let's go look at it. I'm free. Or actually, I'm not. But. So the key here at the very end, when you create the search, is you want to click on Save and Send. It's going to be the green button at the very bottom. There's 2 buttons. There's 2 buttons at the very bottom in the alert section. One is Save and Do Not Send. The other one is save and send. The difference is that, of course, when you hit the first button with do not send, it's going to pull up the report, but it's not going to send it. I always select save and send. Save and send. Okay. What does that do? If you guys can still see my screen. Save and send will automatically activate the alerts for you. You won't have to worry about it. This client's set up, good to go. But it's going to send them an email. In this case, there are 1,180 homes that match their criteria. So a report just went out to Justin and Sterling. But so it sends out an email when you do save and send. Okay. Part two of what you want to do is, remember, you have their cell phone number. So here in the same screen, underneath the results, there's a drop-down menu there where it says send recent results. Send recent results. There you'll have an option for text. Okay. Remember, when you did save and send, an email went out. Now you want to send a text. They're more likely to look at a link on the text than they are on an email. Right? So all I do here is select on that drop down where it says send recent results, and I select on text recent results. And the link comes up and it says, basically it just says, I think you might be interested in these listings. And then the link is automatically populated, okay? And then I'll just say thanks, Sonny. And then right after the link, I say, let me know if you would like to see any of these properties or any of these homes. How are you going to put it? And then send text. So they got an email with 1,180 homes. They got a text message with 1,180 homes. Both the same link. One is formatted to text message. One is formatted for the email. And basically, I'll just say, hey, let me know if you want to look at any of these homes. So they get the first email, they're ready to go. And again, every 2 days, CT, call text email. Hey, I just sent you a report. By the way, what I do at this point is I put it on my calendar or my K4, and I set a reminder. K4 plugs it into my Google as well. And so as soon as, whatever the day and time that I put in K4 for this particular client, I'll have it on my Google calendar. And of course on my phone as well. Even if I'm driving, I get to call the client and say, hey Mary, I just sent you this report 2 days ago. Just you were on my call list today. Just following up with you to see if you had a chance to look at the report. And see if you like any home. 9 times out of 10, they're like, oh, I didn't get the report, or I haven't had a chance, I've been too busy, whatever it may be. But your responsibility is to keep up with them. Their responsibility is not to keep up with you. Because somebody else will do your job, and they're going to get it done. That's it, guys. That's all I have for you guys. My son is 18 today. We're in Bellingtown. He graduates today. Took the time out, come out here. He had to go to school today for attendance for the last day. He graduated 2 days ago.